use this information, you're going to have the engine completely free at this point and ready to pull out. I use a set of heavy chains with D-clips. These D-clips, I don't have their exact rating, but I know that they're capable of holding body weight, so they're probably good for about 250 pounds and up, and I'll be using 2 of them, more than enough to handle the weight of this engine. First thing you're going to want to do is get organized, and then find 2 locations where you can pull the engine up from. I like to use 2 chains, but the reality is if you have 1 chain that's long enough, it will work too. This engine is very easy and has 2 areas that have loops that are specifically designed to lift the engine from. So I'm going to grab 1 chain and put it through one of the loops and lay it across the engine. And then with the second chain, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other loop. If you have 1 longer chain, you can just go across from one loop to the other. You don't need 2 chains. Then you're going to need your engine hoist. Go ahead and jack it up and bring the arm all the way up to the engine and line it up to your chains. Once you have the hook in place, you're going to want to use your D-clips and put them through the chain at a point where you don't have a ton of slack on the chain and where you can still reach the hook. You could always just drop the arm if you need to get to the chain. The less slack, the better, because the engine hoist doesn't have unlimited travel going up. It is very important to reduce the amount of slack as much as possible. If you don't have D-clips, you could use bolts to hold the chain together. You just need to make sure that the bolts are 1, strong enough, and 2, can fit through the links of the chain. Then you can use the chain itself and wrap it over the hook as well. Once it's all set up, just start lifting. You want to be as careful as possible when you're lifting the actual engine. Go ahead and lift, stop, wiggle it, check. No one's perfect, no one remembers everything, and as you're lifting, there could be a wire still connected, a line still in place, anything. So as you're lifting, stop, check, keep lifting. Make sure that you have enough clearance from front to back so that you don't rip the firewall off or the radiator or whatnot. Then I found a wire that was still connected on the transmission. I believe it was the Prindle connector. So once I got that disconnected, I went ahead and kept going up. You see me cutting wires here, but do keep in mind that this vehicle was not going back together. So that's why I would just cut wires. In this case, I was already running out of space going up as my hoist was headed pretty far up. So I had to actually lower the car in order to have enough space to get it off the car. Once the engine clears the car, you can go ahead and just back it up nice and easy. Try not to sway the engine too much because it can tilt over. Once you clear, just go ahead and lower the engine. And that's it. If this video helped you at all, please do me a solid and hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it.